Hi, my name is Mrs. Mizaki, and I'm here today to teach you about integer tug of war. Integer tug of war is a great strategy when you need to add integers, but you seem to have forgotten the rules. So let me go through the rules of adding integers. As you can see here, I set up my tug of war board. So we have our green positive team on the left. We have our red negative team on the right. We're going to go through 3 problems together so you can see how the integer tug of war method works. Our first number here is 25. 25 is positive, so you need to put it in the positive side. Negative 34 belongs on the negative team. So we're going to put negative 34 on the opposite team. They are on 2 different teams. So we want to subtract them and find the difference. So you're going to take 34 minus 25. When you subtract them, you get 9. Now, this is the tricky part. Is your answer positive or negative? Everyone always struggles with this. Well, you look for the number that has the largest absolute value. Well, the absolute value of 25 is 25 because it's 25 spaces from 0. The absolute value of 34, negative 34, is positive 34 because it is 34 places away from 0. Absolute value is always positive. So we know the difference is 9, and we know that negative 34 has the greater absolute value. So our answer is negative 9 for the first problem. The next problem, we have 7 on our positive team, and on our negative team, we have negative 11. So we have members on both sides. They're at war. We're going to subtract. So 11 minus 7 is 4. Then we are going to take the sign of the larger absolute value, the number with the larger absolute value. So absolute value of 7 is 7. The absolute value of negative 11 is positive 11. So we are going to take the negative sign because that has the greater absolute value. So our answer for this problem is negative 4. Next, negative 7 goes on the negative 7 team. Negative 31 also goes on the negative side. What should we do in this case? Well, in this case, we don't have any positive members. So we are just going to add up the value we have on the negative team. On the negative team, we have 7 plus 31. So our team's value is negative 38. So negative 9 was our first answer. Negative 4 for our second answer. And our final answer was negative 30, or positive, no, it's negative 38. So that should be negative 38. And if I had a pen to change that, I would. But please note that it's negative 38. Next, here we have 2, positive, 24, positive. 2 plus 24 is 26. Next problem. You can see here it's getting a little more challenging. Now we have 3 numbers. Same rules apply. Negative 16 goes on the negative team. Positive 16 goes on this side. And 22 also goes on the positive team. So there's a few different ways to look at this. You can see that you want to find the total value for your positive side. So you could add up 16 plus 22 and get 38. And then we know if they're on opposite sides, we have to subtract. So then you would do 38 minus 16, and you would get 22. 38 is bigger than 16, so 22 would be your answer. For this problem, you could actually cancel out opposites. Look, positive 16, negative 16. If you cross them out, you get the same answer of 22. There's always more than one way to do a math problem. And here's our last example in integer tug of war. We have -4, +12, and then -9. So for this one, I am going to add my -9 plus my -4, and I get -13. Now I have to do negatives versus positives. So I'm going to do 13 minus 12, which is 1. And then I have to look for the absolute value. Well, the absolute value of the positive team is 12. The absolute value of the negative team is 13. So your final answer needs a negative sign. I hope this helps when you are doing problems involving adding integers.